You've got all of our medias in the bottom right corner, so spread the love and hype around. We're going to have Sheddy on the left and Grimwood on the right. Sheddy, very notorious for winning so many Scrapstar titles, but the EU side of things is a little bit more complicated, but it still promises to be a lot of fun as Sheddy comes in with Ribbon Girl, who we've been seeing them play pretty much consistently. They used to do a lot of Twintel, but they've kind of nipped away from that, and now primarily focusing on Ribbon, coming in with some slaps and a roaster. That unguidedness already knocking down an arm from Grimwood's Min Min, who's coming in with the Chiller and a Chakram. Immediately getting caught by that roaster. You can see the damage it's already doing. Grabbed through 1 and 2 tubes and already into critical, and Sheddy is on a roll straight from the word go. I'm not going to see a perfect in the first match of this Invitational, surely not. It'll be quite the tragic way to start, especially if your name is Grimwood. Trying everything to try and get back into this match, maybe even catch a stun, but it's not going to happen. The slap is going to come out. And our first round of the Invitational is a perfect to Sheddy. Sheddy is not messing around tonight. There's no doubt. Grimwood going to switch into a Tri-Blast. I'm going to keep that track ram and hope to counter out that slap. Finally does get a stun and commits straight forward with a rush. And that's going to silence Sheddy for the time being. Pops them down to just about half, and another well-timed Chakram. Almost got the grab in there. They'll get another stun, but thankfully this rush is going to come out. Grimwood looking like they were going to try and do a reverse perfect on Sheddy. That would have been a first. But no, not going to happen. Sheddy quickly shuts down that momentum and does finally catch a roaster on Grimwood. Chakram just swinging out of reach, but again does connect on Sheddy, and that's how quickly these matches can sometimes turn. Once you know what your opponent is up to, it's interesting to see what arms you then come out with, and the Tri-Blast is working a treat. Really starting to stall out Sheddy, but now both into critical, backed into the corner, charged up roaster, and that is going to be your first point to Sheddy. Ribbon Girl leads Min Min 1.2-0. Very intense matchup there. Sheddy setting the tone there for their hopeful run towards the title with a perfect on the get-go, and really had to put in the overtime in that second point because, yeah, Grimwood very much started pretty much the same way that Sheddy did in that first point, just getting some amazing little grabs. Amazing grabs thanks to the Chakram, obviously fully committed to the stun and went straight for the rush, and then from there kind of kept the momentum going, but all it took was for Sheddy to land one of their rush, and that was it. From there, Sheddy started to get back into it, forcing Min Min into that corner when you can't really back off anywhere, so it didn't really help them in the end, but Sheddy with that comeback quite nicely, like realized that momentum was fully shifting from them, so they had to do something. And already it's good to see so many in the chat, so hello everyone. We got Nihilus, we got Rep, we got Jonas, obviously mentioned in the price pot, Yoshi in here as well, nice to see you, Benson, Sopa, and Maliv has also joined us. with a very interesting looking Kirby. What you got there? Going to Kulag. Alright, we're going to see Sheddy maintain the Ribbon Girl status quo. Meanwhile, Grimwood going to fling in with a coil. So I hope you like 3 arms instead of 2, because you're going to see them on either side, either the Chakram or the Roaster. So it'll either be additional unguided goodness, or it'll be double the chance of a stun. Which, to be fair, if you're a Ribbon Girl, you're designed for this. You're designed to try and keep that speed going, keep hopping around with those double jumps, which is one of her unique abilities. But as you can see, with Coil already going all the way up into the sky, pretty much telling Ribbon Girl, I can be here just as much as you can. I'm gonna float very majestically and forces a mistake out of Sheddy. Sheddy closed the gap. Grimwood was waiting, lying in wait for it. Sheddy thought that they could get the rush in quick enough, to counter, but not the case. Grimwood easily shut them down. And Coil is doing pretty well against this Ribbon. Arm weak on the left-hand side, and obviously Shady in critical cannot risk having a shield break at this point. Does manage to get a grab and sends Coil back, but again, just another quick little poke with the roaster. The bird choke not quite doing as much as Shady would like it to. Grimwood has rush readily available, but they'll likely hold on to it, especially with the health lead and 20 seconds to go. Gets a stun with the chakram, but doesn't follow up for that KO punch. They've got 15 seconds. Shady knows that they can at least charge up for the rush, but I don't see them committing to an attack here because, well, Shady's one tap away, and that's definitely not going to happen. Grimwood's just going to coast. They know they've got this run. They'll take the roaster shot, and they will take the first point in the second match. That was exactly what Grimwood needed, and let's see what the response from Shady is going to be. Ditching the bird choke, going back to our slaps. And, well, Grimwood not going to change a thing. That works beautifully for them, so Shady will now need to try and adapt. They've had a full point to figure out what they want to do, so we'll see if the slap can get around it. But like I said, there's now 2 chakrams potentially going to be contesting them instead of just the one. But they do get a successful knockback with the slap. So far they're just a little too far away. Obviously that platform has opened up, so we've got the trampoline in there, and Shady is just not wanting to go near that at all. Let's manage to get another knockback onto Grimwood, so keeping them at bay for the time being. Very long grab attempt from Grimwood, but no, nothing from that one this time. And Grimwood thought about coming a little bit closer, but caught out by Shady. Was able to see it coming. Again, you just see sometimes the glove is just not in the right range. That's what happens when you just keep it from that kind of distance. And Grimwood senses Shady is just not wanting to move from that area, commits to the rush, does hit with it. Shady had nowhere to go. And let's see what the response is going to be from Shady. They still do have a rush available, and they do have health lead as well, so Grimwood does still need to take the initiative here, and you just sense that Shady is holding back, just waiting for Grimwood to try and come in for the poke, and then just run them down with the rush. And you see Shady deciding to commit instead. Hits in with the rush, 370, make that 390 with a 20 poke. And with 10 seconds to go, I do not see Grimwood getting a point out of this. Knowing Shady is just over half health, so it's not going to happen. 2 seconds, 1 second, Grimwood will hold on to rush. And we will start this next point with it being a must-win for Grimwood. Grimwood must win this to tie up the set. Otherwise Shady will go into the winner's semi, 2 points to 0. Grimwood not changing anything, sticking with that roaster and chakram. Gets 315 with the rush. Shady unfortunately was already coming down. You see Shady has stuck with the roaster and dash chakram, so it is working. It's just needing to get through it. Shady playing, I was going to say playing that a little bit more aggressive, but actually trying to maintain a much closer gap than in that second match where you just saw the pair of them just playing out to range. Shady gonna get not all of that rush, and it couldn't even get the finishing blow either. Finishing blow did not happen because Grimwood got the shield off in the nick of time, so not as successful a rush as Shady would have probably liked. And it keeps Grimwood very much in this match, especially with that rush available. Shady has a slight health lead. And here comes the attack. Grimwood timed that beautifully. And Shady has it all to do if they want to take this 2-0. Just Coil just seems to have an answer for Ribbon Girl at the time being. Just about sees the grab coming. And is just too far away for Shady to connect with the second attempt. Here comes the rush, but Grimwood is also ready for that. Both arms weak as a result, but only chip damage from the shields and nothing more. And now it's Grimwood's turn, who will do the same thing and immediately backs off because they know they have the health lead. All they need to do is just not get hit, really. Shady is in critical. 10 seconds to go. That roaster is pretty much sealed Shady's fate. And there's the KO. Just to have the strawberry on top of the cake. It is 1 apiece. And our first match is gonna go to match number 3. And it's Coil who seals it there for Grimwood. Nicely done. Yeah, that was a really good switch there from Grimwood. Switching into a character like Coil who has who is able to stay an aerial threat, much like with Ribbon Girl. Like, they do very different things in the air. Ribbon Girl can just zoom around in the air with a double jump to just dashing all over the place, whereas Coil just sort of like is methodically there. It's like that intimidating kind of aura. It's like, I could throw 2 arms at you right now and still have the other one on the side, and I'm in the air, and I can stay here for as long as I need to. I can't be as fast as Ribbon, but I'm still a wall. I'm still a wall that's very hard to get through. And we're going to go to Temple Grounds is our 3rd match. So we're going to see 3 different matches to start ourselves off with, which is always nice to see. An update on that prize pool, by the way. That prize pool has gone up to $201.92 now. So that really is adding into the incentive, isn't it? And now it's Sheddy's turn to do a little bit of a switcheroo. We have ditched the Ribbon, and we're going into Twintel. So I did mention that Twintel at the beginning. Well, here comes that Twintel. Gonna rock that Tri-Bolt and the Roaster, and look at Grimwood. Grimwood coming in with, I'd say double nade, but realistically, it's triple nade with Coil. The second you get a charge up, well, you're guaranteed to throw an additional nade. So, hope you like explosions, kids, because, yeah, our wonderful actress is probably going to take a few very quickly. Also, there's going to be some self-destructs, so also prepare for that. If Sheddy can get a knock just in that initial part, Grimwood could deal themselves a little bit of damage, but so far, the intimidation factor is playing key, and Sheddy has already taken a few more explosions than they'd have probably liked to going into this tournament. Grimwood is pulling this back nicely, taking that initiative, gonna go for that rush, broke through the pillar, and it was just enough time for Sheddy. Sheddy blocked out the rest of it the second the pillar went down, so no dice for Grimwood on that one. Sheddy, meanwhile, does have health disadvantage, but does have the rush available to them if they can get a good one off. But another nade catches Sheddy, sends them into critical with 30 seconds to go. And, well, pretty much anything at this point will knock Sheddy out if it connects. Another pillar goes down, it just leaves the 2. Somehow the right one missed, but the left nade does not. And Grimwood, having gone down to a perfect in the first round, is on the cusp of no you in Sheddy and actually going through instead. So it'd be a nice surprise, and both are going to commit to the rush, but it's Sheddy who gets the better of it this time round. Grimwood went for it, but I think Sheddy knew that that was probably going to be a thing and got the better of it that time round and set off another self-destruct. The Chakram is causing Grimwood some issues here, but finally gets taken down by one of those nades. Thank goodness who was in charge, otherwise that might have been a little bit more damage. And another one, just that block just quickly gives Coil that little bit of invisibility. It doesn't really do much in that kind of position, but can sometimes throw you. And the nade certainly came out to just double explode, and another one catches Twintel in the air and sends her down with a bang. And just like that, Grimwood has kind of equalized this, despite how this match started. Grimwood is very much back into it, unfortunately forced into the corner by Sheddy, which is not where you want to be. Chakram, stun, grab. Combination that you see so many times, and when it hits, it pretty much is big damage, and especially in a crucial part like that, all Twintel had to do was get one more poke, and we're going to the final point of the final match in this best of 3. Winner of this point goes through, and the loser, well, they're not out yet. They'll have to go for the underground bracket, and you see Grimwood deciding to go for Chakram. Gets caught in a grab, gonna commit to the aerial assault, gets the rush going, 280, make sure that final punch is the nade to give as much damage as possible. It is gonna fall foul to Sheddy's own rush, and now back into that corner. You don't want to be there against Twintel, especially somebody like Sheddy who will force you in there and will do their best to catch you, to not only keep you there, but they probably know where you're going to go, and the Chakram will get the stun, and we saw how that match ended last time round, and it's going a similar way. Grimwood with another Chakram stun into a grab. Knew the Coil was probably going to go to the air and go for that block, and the grab seals it. Sheddy having to work very hard for that, but finally does get there in the end, and it is going to be Sheddy moving on to the winners semi-final. 2 points to 1. Oh my word, what a match. What a match that was. So, congrats to both. That was a well-played effort. Obviously, Sheddy started that entire thing with a rush. Well, not a rush, a perfect. But in the end, despite everything that Grimwood threw at them, it is gonna be Grimwood going down to the underground bracket, and it is going to be Sheddy who will advance. Oopsie, thank you very much. We'll be advancing to winners semi-final. And I think that should be all updated. This is a kind of a new system, just getting used to it, so I do apologise. That should work. Boop. Wow, excuse you. Okay, you deleted it. Could you... Can I have that back, please? And that's not worked either. Cool, that hasn't worked. Alright, I'll need to figure that out later. I do apologise. So up next we're going to have match number 2. And as you can see, it's going to be Riffer versus Replicant, so it'll be match number 2. Replicant's on the right, thank you very much. On the left. There, that should be all good and sorted. So we've seen these two plenty of times. For those of you who don't know Riffer, well, Malieve will gladly let you know how many titles Riffer has won over in the Scrapstar series, and leave it at that. Replicant is certainly no mean feat either. They did bans already, they're starting on Temple Ground, so I should have just kept it on there, shouldn't I? But yeah, both are ready to go. Riffer on the left, Replicant on the right, and we're going to see two very different characters here as well. That all went flying. Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, you can still hear me. Okay, we're good. So first round, Riffer on the left, coming in with Ninjara, a nice dragon and a Trey Blast. Meanwhile, Replicant gonna go for our wonderful bubbly clown Lollipop. Going in with that Birdshot and that Popper. Rep also fab. Of course Rep is fab. Rep is always fab. And already we're going to see the usual affair of just dodging and diving between all of these pillars. And so far the Birdshot isn't quite coming into that optimal field just yet, and that dragon already being an absolute nuisance, as everyone already expects. Arm weak on the left hand side, but Replicant quickly bounces behind that pillar to make sure Riffer can't take any advantage of an arm break. Loses the arm, and with the Birdshot in hand manages to repel any attack that Riffer had. So nothing with the rush and no follow up either. Replicant seals a 290 rush. Nicely done there, kind of using Riffer's ability against them. Obviously when Ninjara blocks they teleport into either direction, but can't always do it, and Replicant, well, gets the damage in the end. He's going to get caught by a blast and a quick little dragon poke. Riffer may be in critical condition, but never count Riffer out. You know, this is Riffer we're talking about. Got to get another poke with the bolt, and quick enough with the dragon, and that's the thing. If the bolt hits and the dragon's already out, the dragon will come in with a 1-2 hit. Riffer, one punch away, make that 0. Popper gets a quick 1-2 of its own, and takes the Ninjara down. Replicant gonna lead this. Gonna actually ditch that Popper now, coming in with a Roaster instead. So we'll see how this plays out. Actually, I thought the Popper was doing relatively okay, and obviously the Roaster being a really decent glove. You know, that unguided fiery goodness does so much damage if it hits, as you saw there. And so far, it's working beautifully. Riffa just unfortunately into that punch every single time. Both committed to the rush, but it's Riffa who gets the better of it. Had the wherewithal to dodge out of the way. Knew Replicant was going to go for it. Had committed to their rush as well, but once you're that far away, especially as Ninjara, you've got all the time in the world to hit the punches that you need, and that laser deals a lot of damage. Both on relatively the same health though, so it's still anyone's game here. And it's Riffa who actually charges up the rush first and commits to it as well. And that's the scary thing about the Dragon Rush. If it connects, boy howdy, if you're being juggled in the air, that damage very quickly adds up. As you saw, Replicant is going to go back to that popper, does decide to drop the roaster, keeps the Birdchuck at the very least. Riffa not going to switch at all. Tri-Blast and Ice Dragon working beautifully for them here. We'll see what Replicant's response is going to be. Rep does start with the rush available. This is going to be a long and nervy 80 seconds for the pair of these players. Who is going to take that first point in the set? Blast missing again. It's just the quick little poke from that popper. Doesn't do as much damage as other arms, but it's the quickness that gets you. And so far, the Dragon just going to repel the Birdchuck. Remember that Dragon has such a big range on it. Obviously it sets up, but the laser, it can still move. So it's always a hard one to counter. Riffa was just far enough away from that rush to not take any damage from it. Kind of got pushed into the corner by the rush itself, and then from there it was not going to do any further damage. Riffa now with a rush of their own, but beautifully done from Replicant there. Forced the self-destruct from the Tri-Blast. And, well, Riffa's going to have to do this the hard way with 30 seconds to go. Finds themselves in the corner. Rep is closing in, but the Dragon repelling Replicant, sending Lola all the way back. Both on similar health, I think. I think it's Riffa who has the slight health lead here. Rep is going to have a rush ready with 13 seconds to go. They both hit each other, and Rep is going to go for the rush if they can at least connect with something, but it's not going to happen. This is very close. Riffa has a slight, if anything, minimal lead. Rush will come, if anything, to stop Replicant from coming in with an attack of their own. And that will be that. A very, very close match. And it's Riffa who's going to come out on top with the first point. Very, very nervy match for everyone involved there. But, ooh. This is an exciting tournament already. I mean, like I said, we had Sheddy and Grimwood go to match number 3, and Replicant and Riffa already doing very, very close matches in every point as well. So, this is why they are the best in Europe, the best at what they do. And I want to see what the bands are going to be. Alright everyone, I hope you like Temple Grounds, because it looks like we're going to see nothing but it for quite a while. Match number 2, we are going straight back to Temple Grounds. And looks like both are ready. I was like, Riffa was already ready. He was just like, oh Rep, what are you doing? Which probably means that Rep is probably going to change some arms here if they were taking that long. And you can already see on that loadout, there's a power baller in there. I don't know if we'll see that come out from Rep. We will see that come out from Rep. Popper and the Parabla. This ought to be a very interesting matchup here. Riffa, well, not going to switch anything. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ice Dragon and Tri-Blast, but it's going to fall foul to the first damage, and it also goes to a grab as well. You can teleport if you get hit whilst blocking all you want, Ninja, but the grab does not count to that. The Parabola, well, thank goodness it wasn't charged, otherwise that would have been another grab opportunity for Replicant right there. Parabola's an interesting arm that it can act as a little bit of a mini shield, but also it's it's a quick arm until it falls out, and then once it falls out, it just sort of like slowly comes towards you like the clapbacks do. Rush is going to come out from Replicant, not going to get anything off that. Riffa trying to go for a punch grab, but no dice on that one. Does have the rush available. pokes in with the dragon, and the rest, let's say, is history. 360. That was a really nice play there by Ripper. Committed to the attack, knew they were going to get the poke from the normal hit, and then went for the rush with the 1-2 combo. Replicant could not do anything about it. Rep finds themselves in critical condition. And make that 150. One more punch will take it for Riffer. Replicant's got it all to do, and that grab will do it. Not looking good here for Replicant. Gonna ditch the Parabola and go back to the Bircher. Meanwhile, Riffer's gonna come out with a slap. So Riffer's gonna actually drop the Ice Dragon and go for a slap. Interesting little matchup we have here now, but Riffer's gonna get another grab, so that's 3 grabs on the trot here for Riffer. If we count the 2 that ended the last point. And another slap connect. Unable to punish this time round, and Replicant does have rush available. Trying to use the bounce that Lola gives them to get themselves in a good position to maybe try and go for that rush, but it's not happening at the moment. Riffer has their number. Another bounce coming straight forward, trying to bait a rush out of Riffer, but Riffer's having none of it. But this juggle is going to hurt a little bit. 195 actually set Riffer back down. Replicant did not get all of that, and as a result, Riffer lands on their feet and goes, oh, well, here I am then. No further damage, thank you very much. That was a really good attempt there from Replicant, but Riffer has the potential to set up one of their own if they're not careful. Rush is going to come out, try to go for that arm break, but it's not going to happen. Replicant blocks the rest of it out. Arm is still weak on that right-hand side, so they got to be careful. We'll poke from the Tri-Blast, and we'll send them into critical. Pushes off another explosion. They've got 30 seconds to try and turn this around, but a grab is not going to help them. Anything at this point will take Rep down, and does. And Riffer is going to take this 2 points to 0 and advances into winners semi-final. So commiserations there to Riffer. Wait, am I getting this wrong? No, I'm not getting this wrong. That wasn't a joke. Riffer, stop cheating. Okay, so a nice and hearty 2-0 for Riffer. And it looks like we're going to go straight on to the winner's semi, which will be between Sheddy and Riffer, respectively. Just waiting for confirmation on that, but it was well played from Replicant. They certainly had a very close first match with Riffer, but Riffer starting to just take it away in that second match. Rep tried to come in with something different. The Parabola was always a nice one to see, but unfortunately Riffer had the number on that occasion, and a nice 2-0 in the end. But that first match was very close. And it looks like we are indeed going to go on to Riffer versus Sheddy for a place in our winners final on the get-go. So let's get everything set back up. And you are going to go onto this side, my friend. And there we are. And I do also need to update you. Yep, that's the one. So winners semi-final is up and ready to go. And we're just gonna wait to see what our bands are going to be like. This is not working. I wonder why this isn't working. It should work. I don't know why it's not. Okay, my friends, we are here with the winners semi-final. Remember, these are still best of threes, and we're going to see Shetty go back to Ribbon Girl after having to bring out Twintail in that last match against Grimwood. I'm going to stick with a roasted tri-bolt combination. It's a combo we've seen them use on a regular basis, and the same goes for Riffer with that Tri-Blast and Ice Dragon. Both of these going very much for their mains, and Buster Beach is an interesting stage to go for our first match. It's nice to see it. Obviously, you got those two, as we call them, hot pockets behind Ribbon Girl. So if you get caught in there, it's not great. You don't want to be there at any point. Riffer is going to choose to actually just dance in there just a little bit, and Shetty feeling like they can try and put up a little bit of pressure. Starts to move in, but Riffer quickly U-turns that around, and both just dance away from it. Grab going to hit the floor. Nothing else at the moment here. Riffer has a slight health lead, but that quickly gets turned around just on the basis that that roaster can do so much damage. Shetty bouncing over so many of the grabs from Riffer. The Tri-Blast and the Dragon are nice to pepper Ribbon Girl with, providing they can hit. And the rush is going to come out, and Shetty tried to go for the leap, but is caught in the end, and a lot of damage. Big time damage, almost 400. And Shetty is just a tap away from giving Riffer the advantage in this first point. Grab's going to curve away to that left. Just going to blink first here with 25 seconds to go. Ninja being forced down, stunned with the tri-bolt. And the grab will get Shetty back into this, but quickly poked down. Shockingly, that was not a KO. 15 seconds left on the clock. Arm weak on the left-hand side, but the blast is going to poke its way through. Uncharged, it was all it was needed. Ribbon Girl is going to go down, and Ninjara will take the initiative. I'm actually going to switch out that dragon. I'm going to switch it for a slap. Shetty, meanwhile, not going to switch anything. Thought that they were doing okay with it, and to be fair, they were. Just Riffer had their number on that occasion. Rush is going to try and come out again. Try to deal the damage it needs to do, but just falling foul to those Tri-Blasts. Both rush available. Finally does get a roaster poke. Riffer commits to the rush. Trying to force the initiative out of Shetty, and that was beautiful from Riffer. Just wailing in on Shetty as close as possible. Tried to bait Shetty out. Shetty went for the rush, and Riffer went, yep, that's exactly what I wanted you to do. Sidesteps to the side and slaps in. That was just absolute filth. And Riffer is not slowing down at all. Another quick 1-2 poke. Arm weak on the right hand side for Shetty. Another couple pokes, and that arm's going to go down if they're not careful. And Riffer is just... Riffer's playing out of their mind at the moment. Another rush is ready. Shetty is in KO range if Riffer feels extra spicy. Arm weak again. Shetty now into critical. And being forced into that pocket. They've got nowhere to go. There should be the arm break. It's... No! What in the world was that exchange? Shetty somehow survives. Arm still weak on the right hand side. Gets a face full of slap. And Riffer is going to take the first point in the semi-final. What in the world was that exchange? Oh, dear me. Riffer, please. I didn't realise Slacks was playing tonight. Deary me. Alright, so after that nutty round, we're going to go straight back to Temple Grounds. Who was surprised by this? Shetty probably didn't like that at all. Is definitely going to say, no, no thank you. We're going to bring Twintail back in for that. Twintail saved their butt against Grimwood. Let's see if they can do the same against Riffa. If we're going to go back to that Ice Dragon. Sometimes the slaps can be a literal one-slap wonder in the way they work sometimes. But Riffa feels a bit more comfortable going for that dragon. I was going to say the arm weak on that right side for Sheddy, but quickly goes away, especially since they had all the time in the world. Gets not one, but two grabs in. And Riffa playing on the back foot here, having to take evasive action against the pillars. Because, yeah, Twin Tails coming at them a little bit more faster than I think they were expecting. Riffa already into critical condition. And Sheddy is not giving them a chance to really wind up and use that dragon. Rush is going to come through for Riffa. Does actually connect in the end. Before Sheddy had just about avoided it, but it does clip through in the end. And Riffa, despite being behind the pillar, gets caught up in the Chakram. And now finds themselves a poke away from going down. It's all Sheddy is looking for. Sheddy needs to be careful as well though. 40 seconds to go. Oh, just gone past the halfway mark. The roaster just falling short. The Chakram missing as well. Riffa doing well to keep that mobility going, but that was an interesting hit from the Chakram. Again, I thought the Chakram missed. No, I see what happened. It clipped the Tri-Blast, which was charged. It was a self-destruct KO. And Riffa won't have to try it again. They are closest to the rush, but it's going to get caught out by the Chakram again from Sheddy. Both hit each other, but it's Riffa who takes the worst of it. Thanks to that charged up roaster, Rush comes out. Think they can force another play from Sheddy. Not this time round. They are going to get penalized this time. 295. Riffa already past the halfway mark. Sheddy only just past 75%. But the Tri-Blast pokes, wow, really swung that around. That was like 4 or 5 consecutive Tri-Blast hits that just poked through Sheddy. Sheddy just not able to block it, and this turned around way too quickly. Sheddy now has the initiative. Riffa has the initiative. Sheddy is a poke away. What in the world is going on here? Riffa is just looking for one more poke from either the slap or the Tri-Blast. Just a moment there where Sheddy just could not block the Tri-Blast. And just like that, well, Riffa's turned this around. Riffa now just looking for that point. Remember, if Riffa wins this, Sheddy is down into underground brackets 2-0. So it is all to play for as the windy slaps come out and send Sheddy to the other corner. Sheddy comes just giving us a good front flip for style, coming in for that rush and dealing a lot of damage to Riffa, but Riffa not going to be phased by that. Gets another big Tri-Blast 1-2 combination. Both exchanging blows. Pretty much punch for punch here at this point in time. Riffa still has their rush. Gets another knockback with the slap. Similar kind of helps the Tri-Blast again. The slap just hits on the edge of the explosion. Sheddy, oh, this is dangerous. That's an arm break. And now the juggling commences. Sheddy basically a tap away from going down here. Gets caught with the knockback. One more hit will seal it for Riffa. Riffa's playing the most aggressive ninja you have ever seen and takes the point. Turns that entire point around. Wins the second match 2-1. Wins the set 2-0. And just like that, Sheddy is down into the underground bracket. Oh my word. Well, that was very much a thing. So well played to everyone there. But that Riffa once again showing what they're made of. Just goes a point down. Speaking of going right, okay, let's try that again. So, microphone disconnected. Really sorry about that. Tamashi, where go? I'm back. I am back. Alright, so up next we are going to have ourselves Aloria versus Yam. So, wait, what? Did I read that correctly? Aloria versus Yam. So Yam beat Okrim, and Aloria beat Iceman? What? How did that happen? Well, that's a surprise and a half. Alright, so Aloria makes it through past Iceman. The Brits are not having it well today. Oh, that is unfortunate. Okay, right, let's get this up to date. So on the right hand side we will have, can you please respond to me? There we go. So yes, on the right hand side we will have Iceman. Not Iceman, had Iceman on the brain, my bad. On the right hand side we will have Yam. And on the left hand side we will have Aloria. And this is still in winners semi-final. Imagine you've seen these two become beasts, you should not be surprised. Oh, I'm still surprised! Don't believe me, believe. I am still pleasantly surprised. Looks like it's going to be Mausoleum where we start off. And yeah, I've had the joys of watching these two just come through some amazing matches. I mean, Aloria, the past month or so has just... They've been breaking into so many new positions. It's been like, oh, this is amazing. Look at them go. I'm so proud. And obviously Yam has been doing an amazing job. Just going through rivalry after rivalry, essentially. And just knocking it out of the park. So this is going to be an interesting semi-final of that. There is no doubt. Aloria is going to bring in that twin tail. Going to come in with a whammer. And that roaster. Meanwhile, Yam going for their usual min-min. Coming in with the Phoenix. And not the Parabola. We're going to go for our usual Windy. The original Windy. Our Windy Brawler. And so far, it's a very interesting setup for both of these players to be going for. Obviously, that Whammer has that little bit of a flick before it lands. But if it does land, well, if it's charged, it's a stun. And yeah, a chance for Aloria to punish. Didn't really get the chance to punish that time round. Meanwhile, Yam coming in with that Phoenix, trying to curve completely around those. Obviously, a good arm to do so against the stuff like the hammer, but Aloria coming in with some really good timed grabs. Is always what we like to see. And believe in the chat. Aloria, my Whammer sibling. Always nice to hear. Aloria gonna get toasted up there by that Phoenix. Yam quickly goes backwards, gets caught with a stun. Aloria doesn't follow up with a punish. But, well, look at the arm disadvantage that Yam has at the moment. One just finally faded away. One still in a bit of a sticky situation. And Aloria is not giving Yam a chance to really really take advantage of having that Dragon Arm, that permabuff on the Phoenix. Finally does knock Aloria down. But you see the pressure coming up from Aloria onto Yam, but you gotta be careful here because they're gonna have to be forced into using that rush. 10 seconds to go. Yam a poke away. Should be able to take rush into the next point. I don't think Aloria will take it. Yeah, Yam knows that they're not gonna be able to get anything out of that. They at least forced Aloria to use the rush up. So Yam will start with a slight advantage coming into point 2. They're gonna switch out into a roaster. And so is Aloria. Aloria going to go for a Shafram roaster. So both bringing a roaster to this fight now. And it is Yam who's going to start off with that initiative, as I thought they might do. 365 gives them a chance to get the Dragon Arm up on that Phoenix. Phoenix is... Anything on the left arm for Min just becomes that little bit more scary as it gets bigger. And obviously, with an arm like the Phoenix, it's a bigger hitbox. So you know you're winning. Aloria not letting it face them too much. Granted, they are down to half health already. But they're trying to force their way through, trying to shield dash their way through forward, but it's not gonna happen this time round. Poked down again. And already close to critical. Yam, meanwhile, not breaking a sweat in this second point. They know what Aloria is up to. They know what the tactic is, but unfortunately left their guard down just a little bit too long. Gets grabbed. And sent straight back down. And again, another quick little poke. And that's all Aloria needs. There's a few pokes like that to catch Yam out. And the tables can very quickly turn. Yam does have rush available. 35 seconds to go. Obviously, Yam is looking to try and equalize this point. Actually catches Aloy. I thought they did block the initial one, but then they tried to get a little bit greedy. They tried to dash. They tried to sidestep as well. And in doing so, it was the opening Yam needed and took full advantage of it. 1 point apiece, but now it's Aloy who starts with the rush. Yam with Phoenix and Versa going to keep what works. Meanwhile, Aloy comes straight in, zooms in with the grab, switches back into that Whammer. But Yam is now going to have a chance to get that Phoenix up to its perma-buff potential. Meanwhile, Rush comes in, but Aloy, wrong place, wrong time, my friend. Yam gets easily out of the way and punishes in the process. Arm weak and down now on the right-hand side, but Aloy got away with it. The Whammer denies Yam big time there. And another little hit in. The Roaster is the one that hits, but Arm again weak on that left-hand side. And the trampoline is out. Finally on the final point. Phoenix is going to come around. Got that perma buff up again. Yam and Aloy just trading blows from a distance now. Yam just trying to close in bit by bit by bit. Does have a slight health. Does it have a slight health lead? It's very, very close between the pair of them. But nope, now it is definitely Yams. Both with Rush available. Aloy in KO range, now down to critical condition. Just can't get towards Yam. That Phoenix is, well, it's scary and it's strong. And especially from this kind of range, it does its job. Does get another little hit in there. It's just shield chip damage. 15 seconds to go. I think Yam is now in KO range as well. So if either of these two players can land a rush, that will certainly do it. 10 seconds to go. Oh my word. Yam and Aloy are now on both similar health. They both commit to the rush. And it's Aloy who's going to go down. 3 seconds to go. And it's Yam who takes the win. Ooh, that was very, very close. But unfortunately, Aloy went for the rush as Min Min was going for that trampoline. Bounces into the air, sidesteps with ease, well, side dashes with ease, and comes in with a rush of their own. And Yam will take the point for that. Very intense match. So what is our next choice going to be? It was a very, very intense match. And we're not done yet. We are going to see Sparring Ring and Mausoleum Band. For those of you who do not know, the two counterpick stages, since we mentioned the 5 startup stages earlier, the two counterpicks are Scrapyard and Viadulse. And we haven't seen either of those on stream yet, so we'll see if this will end up being said. But there it is! Boy howdy, I like calling that. So Aloy has decided to pick one of our counter picks, and it is going to be Viadulse. Viadulse is one of those unique stages where it feels longer than it actually looks, but also because of the fact that each area is a very small area, and you never want to be stuck in either of the two corners, because it's just, yeah, there's so many things that can go wrong. We're gonna see it's a Mirror Min. We have ourselves a Min Min versus Min Min match. On the left we've got Aloy coming in with the Kablammer and the Ram Ram. Meanwhile, Yam's Min Min is going to come in with a Lockjaw and a Roaster. I initially saw at the startup screen there was going to be 2 Lockjaws, but no. Thankfully, Yam saw sense and switched one of those for a Roaster. It's going to be the Roaster on the Dragon Arm this time round for Yam. Meanwhile, Aloy has the Ram Ram on their buff side, but so far it's not landing hits through. And this is lucky punishing. That's a 420 KO, and that's a no, it's not a perfect. I thought that was a perfect. Apparently there must have been a 5-point chip shield damage there, because that was, yeah, that's as close to a perfect as you can get, I'm afraid. And we are going to see no switch actually. No, there is a bit of a switch. We've got the Ram Ram and the Roaster for Aloy. The Kablammer is definitely not happening. Roaster and Lockjaw is definitely still going to be the order of the day for Yam. And we're looking to take an equally clean point against Lawyer here. They do have Rush available for them, and they are trying to force Yam into that corner. Does knock the buff away from the Roaster. Forces an arm break, takes Yam down, and wow, now they're just not giving him a chance to get back up. This is very rude from a Lawyer. Look at this, not slowing down at all. Another arm break, and down goes Yam immediately. Rush is going to come out, gets a little chip, and that's a KO. What in the world is this set? Where in the world is this going next? That wasn't even... there was a moment in that match where a Lawyer just snapped and went, yeah, that's it, no. Not a chance, not going down here. Phoenix is going to be the perma-charge on Yam's left side. Roaster is going to stay on that, is going to now switch to the right. No more lockjaw here. That just was not working, and Lawyer gets another poke with the ram. And now it's Yam's time for the rush, but Lawyer blocks it this time round. Yam realizes not a good time, backs up. Make sure they got that perma up on the Phoenix, but it's not going to last for long. Lawyer gets another arm down and finally breaks through. I thought Yam might just about cover it again, but not this time. And both now flinging out similar kind of arms, both with the Roaster, both with a curving arm. Yam has the Phoenix, but it's just not working here at the moment. Lawyer forcing them into the corner. Both arms weak. This is not a great position for Yam to be in, and this is KO range. If Lawyer can commit to something now, they'll force the arm break if it can hit. Critical condition. That's it. That's a KO. That's a KO. And Lawyer ties the setup into one apiece in the second semi-final. And we're going to see another match 3, and that was amazing. Well, I'll tell you what. That was brilliant. One apiece. And you know what? We're gonna go to our second counter pick stage at Scrapyard. Oh my word, wow. This is anyone's game. This is anyone's game at this point, and remember, the winner of this is going up against Riffa. So it's all to play for, and obviously I should probably stress that the winner of this is confirmed to finish top 3, because from winners final, the lowest you go to is the underground final, which is top 3, as you remember. So this is for a top 3 finish and a guarantee payout, because it's the top 3 who gets paid in this competition. So it really is all to play for here. And it's going to be another mirror match. The Lawyer's going to come in with a Growler this time round and a Chakram. So there's an interesting setup we're going to see from a Lawyer. Meanwhile, Yam going to come in with that Phoenix and an Ice Dragon. It's a combination we've seen oh so many times, but let's see if it works out here. Lawyer got the first little point of damage, but we'll see if they can keep that momentum going. Obviously, Scrapyard, a very loud stage, as Malieve likes to say it. We've got the 2 pillars, we've got the height advantages, and a Lawyer is being one aggressive little dragon here. Just not giving Yam a chance. Another stun. Could not get a successful punish off of that, which I'm surprised considering how close they were. Just didn't happen there. And Yam finds themselves almost in critical condition. Make that in critical condition now. Got caught with the Chakram again. Thankfully, the Lawyer was a little too far away to take advantage of that. Yam, with rush available. The Lawyer not quite there yet, but they might not even need it with 45 seconds to go. These pokes are just succeeding where needed. A Lawyer has almost... hasn't even gone pounds past 75% here. Yam is in a lot of trouble. Gets caught in the air again, the Chakram. Forced into the corner, and the Lawyer's not letting that height advantage get to them at all. Blocks through the Ice Dragon. Yam didn't go for the grab, so not going to get a punish off of that. Dragon gets a little poke in before the Chakram can hit. Finally gets another quick 1-2 punch. 20 seconds to go. A Lawyer caught now by the grab. Yam is turning this around, and the Lawyer almost into KO range. Gets caught by the Phoenix. Yam squaring this up. Both in critical condition. Yam can't take another point of damage or they're out. A Lawyer just can't really afford to take much more hits. The grab I don't think will do it. It doesn't. And the Lawyer holds on to take the point, but Yam was... oh boy. Yam was not letting that one go quietly into the night. But Aloy is on set point. If they can find a way through this, going to stick with that Brawler. Both of the pillars are gone. So it's just that height that Scrapyard has to offer. And Yam is going to see if they can play into that. Gets caught with the chakra, not once but twice. Aloy not wanting to go for the rush. Just picks up a quick little stun chain. And that's all they'll get for the time being. Both are on the other side of the field again. Yam gets clipped by another chakram. And Aloy gets clipped with a charged up Ice Dragon. Neither of them are really wanting to take the initiative on this aggressive play here. Aloy thought about it, both thought about it, but it's Aloy who gets off worse of it. 295 damage, Yam got that nicely in the end. You just knew that there was going to be some form of push happening, and Aloy blinked first, and Yam went, yep, that's fine, you activated my trap card. Yam in that corner, momentum finally swinging into their direction. Another little roaster hit, but that roaster just about missing. Oh, Aloy got the grab in, but not quite. Roaster does get the hit. Aloy cannot take another point of damage, and that's hard to go through that when the dragon is poking you like that. And Yam is going to tie this set up. It's one apiece again. Whoever wins this point is going into the winner's final and guaranteed a place in the top 3. Down goes Aloy to another successful grab from Yam. Aloy tried to get the charge up, but that played beautifully into Yam's hand, who is going for a perfect here. If they're not careful, the dragon clips again. Aloy is already in critical condition and doesn't have rush available yet. Finally does get a punch in, sticking with the roaster and that brawler. But yeah, you can't really afford to take much more damage from here. Get caught with the KO, 240. Thankfully, Yam was just a little too far up for Aloy to be able to properly juggle that. But Aloy saying, I am not done yet. I am still fighting for this. Just about away from the dragon. Sends Yam into half. This is a very interesting matchup here. Aloy is certainly not out of this yet. The dragon is finally starting to clip through again. Grab, not going to get the KO. Yam has rush available, but is caught again by the roaster. Yam is approaching critical themselves. They've got to be so careful. But the dragon at range is very deadly as long as they can at least hit Aloy. Oh my goodness, they're both in critical. They both have a rush. There's 30 seconds left to go. Yam has the roaster perma charged up and takes the high ground. Dragon is going to try and keep Aloy on that side of the field with 20 seconds to go. Yam barely has the health lead, but you know a successful rush will do it. Has to block here. Aloy blocks it. 10 seconds to go. Gonna try and probably commit to a rush. Gets a punch. Gets a second punch. Yam is a punch. Oh my god. Aloy has the lead. Aloy has lead with 3 seconds to go. Rush will make sure. No! It was the wrong play! No! Oh my god! Yes! Aloy, you didn't need a rush. You didn't need a rush, Aloy. Yam takes the point. This is a winner's final. No! Oh no! You forgot about the dragon. You don't rush from that far against the dragon. Oh no! No! Oh no! Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it happen. Oh, oh no. Oh. Oh my goodness me. Aloy thought that they could cancel the rest of the offense, the rest of the 3 seconds out with a rush, but completely forgot that there was a dragon. You never underestimate the range and the tenacity of a dragon. If it pokes you once, it's over. Oh my word, Aloy will have to fight in the underground bracket. Oh. And it does mean that our winner's final is up. It is ready. And it will be Yam to go up against Riffa. Wow. What a match. Oh my word. that. What a way to... Oh, I hope somebody has clipped that. That's worthy of a clip if I've ever seen it. Ooh. This is why I love casting for any game tournament. Like, just straight up, this is why I love doing what I do. Because you never know what you're gonna see today. Oh, alright. Okay, alright. Deep breaths all around. Deep breaths all around. It will be Yam to take on Riffa. We are going to be starting on Temple Grounds. Oh, I completely forgot about clips. Don't worry, Maleev. It's okay. Someone is bound to do it, and if no one does, I'll easily go back and do it myself because I like doing that. So, where do we go from there? Well, this is where we go from there. Winners final is where we are at. It's going to be Yam versus Riffa. Yam coming in with that Min, Phoenix, and the Brella. No dragons this time around, not against Riffa, who comes out with a dragon of their own, and obviously that Tri-Blast. As our usual temple dance begins. Ice Dragon's not going to connect at the moment. Yam knows very well what that dragon is capable of, having used it quite spectacularly in the previous match. And blocks out another little poke, and what a wonderful surprise that was waiting for Riffa behind pillar number 2. Yeah, it was pillar number 2. Gonna force the initiative by going for the rush, but Yam gonna block all of that and punishes hard against Riffa. 400 damage. Beautifully, patiently done from Yam. Allowed Riffa to be up close and personal, forced the initiative, waited for the little pause, and just blew the rest away. Riffa is getting both arms weak, but all Yam is looking for is just a couple more pokes and maintaining that health lead, especially with 30 seconds to go. Well, maybe weak on the left-hand side, but it's not gonna bother Yam too much unless Riffa can land a rush. But at this stage, knowing that you're a poke away from going down might not be the best idea to go for. Having said that, Yam stuck in that corner. Riffa's gonna do exactly that, but the dragon whiffs it. Oh no! We went from a last-second ditch good dragon to an unfortunate oh no dragon. It just fired off right above Yam's head, not hitting anyone. And Yam is going to take the point from Riffa in the end and starts this match with... Oops. Yep, that's my bad. With the initiative. Yam, like I said, having rush available. There you go. And arm weak already on the left-hand side for... Well, not the left, the right-hand side for Riffa. And is going to get caught out. And I think Riffa tried to commit to a rush of a counter rush. And it did not work for them there as well. So... Riffa very much on the back foot here. Still weak on that right hand side, but the dragon does fire through and allows Riffa to close the gap, and that's exactly the kind of play that Riffa is looking to achieve. If they can force Yam to just stop moving for just a moment, it gives them time to just come straight back into their face, but Yam very quickly to get Ninja out of their face, sending them all the way back thanks to that wonderful little umbrella. With rush available now. Having said that, so does Yam. Yam is the one in critical this time round and keeps getting poked and caught out by the Tri-Blast. Not going to allow the dragon to come through, and Riffa just keeping this mobility going, sidestepping every now and then. As this battle starts to calm down a little bit, 20 seconds to go, Ice Dragon fully connect. All Riffa is looking for is one more poke. Arm is weak and down on that left hand side. Somehow the dragon did not KO. Not that it will matter too much. 5 seconds to go. 4 seconds. Riffa has health lead. Nothing will change that now. And that will be an equalizer. And what is going to be the choice here? Yam is going to ditch the Brella. Come in with the Roaster. Naturally going to keep the Phoenix though. Who gets a nice little fiery peck right on the side of Riffa. Who is not switching. Oh no, has switched, sorry. Has gone for the slaps. Slap does connect. Nice counter rush this time around from Riffa. Got away from the initial one from Yam, and the slaps sends Yam flying. And again, just look how heavy, just the jerk motion there. Riffa gets connected with a Phoenix. Ninjago goes almost across the stage, straight up the steps, and that was not even a fully charged poke. Yam already into critical though. Riffa maintained the advantage. That should be a KO. It is not a KO. Didn't quite get as much of that as they would have probably liked. It's just looking for one more pet. Meanwhile, Yam is, well, they're going to need some really choice roaster hits here if they want to fire this back. Sends the blast away from them. There's those slaps that are really starting to annoy them a little bit here. As the blast tries to poke through again. 35 seconds to go, but Riffa is just too far away. And that is going to be a grab punish into a KO. And Riffa bounces back like they usually do and leads the winners final by 1 point to 0. You see there in the chat, Tri-Blast best arm. To be fair, I have used the Tri-Blast a number of times myself, and it's a good arm. 3 horizontal bolts. If it hit and it's charged, it will explode afterwards, and it's just nasty. We are gonna go to DNA Lab for our second match, and so far Riffa showing why they've won so many titles, so many accolades at this stage of the game. And it's but to be fair, Yam's no slouch either. They've been doing incredibly well as of late, and pulling it back in some very key matches. You know, this continues to show you how good Yam still is. So it's still anyone's game, and remember, best of 5s at this point, I do believe, I'll be corrected soon enough on that one. Match is going relatively well so far. Min Min's going to get grabbed and slammed straight back down by Riffa, who is, as always, coming in with that Ice Dragon and that Tri-Blast. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's just such a good combination, especially for someone like Riffa. Like, their playstyle, they like using this, but Yam is now bringing one of their own out, and yeah, boots on the other foot. I mean, they're both using it, but Yam is going, yeah, anything you can do, I can do better. Arm weak on that left-hand side, though. There needs to be a little bit careful. Both going to fling in, but it's going to be Riffa who gets the better of it with the Tri-Blast. Unfortunately, that's the downside to having the Popper as your side arm there. The Tri-Blast and the Dragon both just dwarf it in sheer power. But Yam is not out of this yet. The wind knockback from that Popper is going to send Riffa backwards again. The Dragon... oh, I bet they thought they were okay, but it just slipped around the tubes and clips Min Min on the side. And it's Riffa who will take the initiative in this first point. Goes for a quick little grab. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Popper. And another tube falls foul to this wonderful little fight that they've got going on. Tri-Blast not going to reach this time around. Grab tries to come out, but Yam is going to have none of that. Tried to go for a grab of their own, but Riffa was already committed to the Dragon, so that was never going to end well for Yam. And try and shield through the rest of this freeze. Remember, obviously, with Ninja's ability, they will just teleport, as you saw that. Rush going to come out. This time it's Yam with the counter rush, but only 130. Riffa hit the deck just a little bit too quick for them. But at least they have somewhat of a health lead. Riffa, however, will probably try and peg this back with the Popper again. That's how much you can't underestimate the Popper either. Now we're both just going to play, right, going to play both still, maybe behind the tube. Nope, Riffa finally takes the initiative, but again, the Popper just immediately in Riffa's face before he can even think about it. Why you gotta be so careful if you 1v1 in that situation. If both your arms are committed or you're not quick enough, the Popper is just going to silence you. But the Tri-Blast is going to do the same to Yam. Big time damage again, down into critical. One more poke is all that Riffa is looking for, and there it is! And with that, That's going to be 2-0 to Riffa. It's like, at this point in time, it almost feels like it is business as usual for Riffa, but Yam is doing their absolute best. Like I said, still getting some really key punches in there. The popper was doing really well until it gets to the rush, and either Riffa outpowers it with their rush, or Riffa hits the deck just a little bit too quickly and they can't properly juggle it. So it's been how it's been so far, but so we are seeing what is currently going up, and it looks like we are going to go to Via. So we're going to see our third counter pick of the day. And we're going to go back to Valladolid. There's 2-0 to Riffa in the winners final. Remember, the winner of this books their ticket into the grand final. And we will see where we go from here. Min Min going to come in with that Brawler again and the Roaster. And Riffa is immediately going to make sure that Yam does not permacharge that arm up. Straight in with the Tri-Blast. No, thank you very much. Riffa's going to take a little bit of pointed damage though. Again, forcing Min Min into the corner, which is not where you want to be, especially against somebody like Riffa with that Ice Dragon and Tri-Blast, because it's just going to swarm you. It's just going to overpower you. You're just not going to get out of that, but Yam finally does get a punch through. But Riffa says, no you don't, back into the corner you go please. Yam in critical condition. One more poke will do it for Riffa. Grab, not going to connect. Dragon, not going to quite slither away either. Yam fully committed to both arms. And all Riffa needs is that poke from the bolt. And action begins again. Remember, this is set point here for Riffa as Yam comes in with a Phoenix and a Brawler. You can see just how quickly Riffa is able to build up some kind of momentum, but not this time around. Yam's gonna have that big bird to their favor. No sooner have I said that, the windy slaps come in, sends Yam straight back down, and now they gotta charge that bird up all the way over again. Brawler stops the grab from happening, but Riffa is closing in. But Yam is prepared from this time around. 345. Juggled successfully this time around, and another 120 punch from the bird. Riffa tried to keep doing their little close-in aggressive plays, and Yam is having the wherewithal to go bird to face, no thank you very much. And critical for Riffa now. Yam has turned this right back around. Riffa does have rush available, trying to keep Yam in that corner. Thought they might go for the juggle rush, but not going to happen. Gets a grab instead. Probably wants to close the health gap down just a little bit before they will commit to a rush, which I don't blame them. Nope, they're going to go for it now, and punished by Yam. Gets a successful poke in midair, sends them back into the corner, and Yam very quickly turned that around. Yam is starting to figure out Riffa's playstyle here, and it showed there. They'll need to kind of mix things up. The grab did not reach that time around, so Yam does get the successful big bird. The bird blocked that time by Riffa. Teleports and immediately swings in, weakening an arm on the right hand side, and Yam trying to put that little bit of pressure in onto Riffa. Pokes them. Nice little 1-2. That second punch happening in midair. Nicely done there by Yam, and again shuts Riffa down. It's going to be a cover here. Does finally U-turn it. Puts Min Min into the corner, which is not where you want to be right now. Yam trying to get out there with all the height in the world. Actually forced to self-destruct in all of that. Not entirely sure they managed to do that, but they certainly did. Both with rush available. Min Min is still the one stuck in the corner, but actually gets away with it. Completely swirls around. Oh, committed too late. Oh, that was unfortunate. You saw what they were trying to do. Tried to go for a cheeky stab in mid-air, but Riffa was already way too close to the ground. But they're keeping that momentum going there. They forced Riffa into critical. And Yam Oh, Yam is so close to being able to take this to another point, but Riffa is determined to win this 3-0. One more poke is all they need. The grab does not hit. The Brawler does. 20 seconds to go. Yam is not giving up. The bolt not quite hitting. Riffa has a rush available. They just need to hit it. Tries to swing in. Oh my god, they got a hit. Oh my god, 10 seconds to go. Rush is coming down. What? What in the world was that? Yam has taken this to match 4. No way! Absolutely no way! I've got no words for that. I was not expecting that. Oh my word. It's 2-1. It's 2-1 in winners final. It's not over yet. Ooh, we are going back to Viados. What in the world? What? Ooh. Match 4, my friends. Out of a possible 5. Yam is going to charge up the Phoenix. Riff is going to start off the same way they started off everything else. I don't think they're going to be very happy having lost the match they did there. Oh, Yam has found a way of being able to get out of that corner and use it to their advantage. Oh, Riffa has to do this the hard way and has to win another 2 points. They're going to just completely perma-shield up and teleport all the way back around to the other side. I think they realize that, that Yam very much has a plan now. And the Ice Dragon is going to stall Yam down. No Big Bird on that side of things. Does get another hit. Sends the wind up. That will give Yam enough time to get the charge up on the Phoenix. Both Riff Rush available. Who's going to commit first? It's going to be Riffa. Yam had nowhere to go, couldn't really do anything about it. The Phoenix couldn't get through. And Riffa will get all of that rush this time round. Dragon gonna try and poke from there, but not gonna happen this time round. Glanced by the Brawler, and Yam really wants to try and do the reverse sweep. No, didn't get the rush. Oh, it was just a little too slow in the rush. Somehow clipped the Tri-Blast again, forcing another self-destruct from Riffa so they couldn't capitalize on it. Both on similar health. Yam pretty much on the cusp of going into critical. There they are. Riffa is a punch away from going down into critical. 8 seconds to go. Riffa just about has the lead. 5 seconds to go. Try and keep Yam in the corner. They can't do anything. They needed a grab if they wanted to go through it any far, but that's... oh my word, that's where it's going to be for now. Riffa needs 1 more point. It's going to come in with a windy slap on the right hand side and caught immediately by the Brawler. Rush already available for Riffa. Yam not there yet. Yam. Riffa just going for defensive actions on that rush. Didn't want to try and attack. And Yam's looking for the poke. It's like, what in the world is happening here? Yam has rush available, doesn't have the bird charge. Arm weak on the right hand side, now down on the right hand side, but we'll put it straight back to normal. Yam getting a little too impatient there. Actually gets 145 anyway. Riffa inadvertently teleported into the next coming attack, so we'll play from Yam there for at least trying to fully committed to it anyway, and gets another hit with the Phoenix, sending Riffa straight back down. And again, rush ready for Riffa. But Yam is keeping Riffa at bay here. Every time Riffa goes forward, he gets met with a fiery bird to the face, and the Brawler is coming out pretty quickly as well. Both shielding, but it's not going to happen this time round. Rush is going to fully connect, 365. Riffa just needs 1 more poke. Didn't get the grab, so I'll have to try and get it via the bolt. Yam has rush available. Riffa is in KO range if they want to try and commit to it. They have to get a little bit closer to try and force Riffa into a mistake, but instead, it's Yam who falls foul. Oh my word. And Riffa breathes a massive sigh of relief. and wins the winners final 3 points to 1, and they're gonna hope and pray they don't have to fight Yam in the finals, because I don't think any of us could cope with that. My word. Oh, that was an amazing fight. Bariffa will end up winning it 3 points to 1 and advances into the grand finals, where they will be playing for the top prize. Yam, meanwhile, will have to go into the underground final and fight from there. But what? What a match! Oh my goodness me. Just when you think you know exactly what is going on in this competition, it changes. It changes so quickly. Oh, but well played from both, and that's why you never quit. We talk about people doing reverse sweeps oh so many times, and Yam was very much wanting to go for exactly that. But so this is what the bracket currently looks like. Riffa beating Yam 3-1. They will advance into the grand final. Yam will be in the underground final. They will meet the winner of the underground semi. We know Iceman is there already, having knocked out Sheddy, so Sheddy is out. But who will they face? Oh no, wait, we do know who they're facing there. Never mind. Woo! I was a bit delayed there. Apparently we've had the results for Aloria Grimwood, but they're not updated on the bracket. That's okay though. So it is going to be Grimwood versus Iceman. Oh my word. And we are just going to get that set up for you right now. Okay, and we are back. Thank you very much for joining in. This will be the last best of 3 of the tournament. After this, we'll be going for best of 5s all the way to the end of the competition. This is for a place in top 3. It will be between Iceman and Grimwood. Iceman is ready to go. First match is going to be Buster Beach, as banned and nominated by these two. Grimwood on the left, Iceman on the right. Our 2 Brits facing off. We have a German in the final and a representative from Ireland in the underground final. So whatever happens, a Brit will be making their way into top 3. It will be our wonderful Max Brass with the Triblast and the Shakram, or another Min Min. This time with the Sparky and the Ice Dragon in this. The Ice Dragon that immediately gets the clip on Brass. And we immediately bulk straight back up. Iceman with, well, they're not going to miss twice. Gets the shock on the first punch, but missed the first initial grab, and another big spark. And Iceman is cleaving their way through here. Picks Max Brass out in midair, but Grimwood's going to come out and give a massive big hug to Iceman and catches them in midair this time round. Grimwood quickly firing back, and now they're going to see if they can keep Min Min in that corner. That wonderful little hot pocket, especially against a heavyweight character like Brass, it's a bad idea. That was an interesting exchange. Iceman got the initial hit. I thought Grimwood would get a punch back, but did not get it up in time. But despite being a punch away, that's 170 and against a big perma buff Brass, and Iceman has no response here. But finally Iceman gets a shock and it's all they needed. The grab sends Brass down, and that was rapidly going against Iceman there. But they got the shock that they needed. They're going to commit to that strategy again. This time Grimwood going to come out with a nade. So going all for those explosions. They're going to commit all the way forward, and again pops Iceman down. And just on stages that have these kind of corners, you never want to be against a heavyweight character like Brass, who is just able to just wall you off and do this. Explosions. Every other hit is an explosion, and Iceman is just not able to get away from this. Finally does get a rush up and connects a big time. 335. Gets the chance to get that perma buff up, that Dragon Arm up on the Sparky. And yep, it's a bigger hitbox, and obviously Brass is a big boy, obviously. And there's another well-timed shot for Iceman. Gets the grab combination. Pops Grimwood straight over there. But another blast quickly forces Iceman into the corner. Grab. Not connecting this time around. It was a very big grab too. Oh, that one did though. Iceman let their guard down for just a moment. And that's one big hug for you. And Brass is probably going to commit to that nade and that blast again. Meanwhile, Iceman bringing that chakram now. Try and dance around that nade. But oh my word, the power from Grimwood. Gets an explosion from the nade, and that was all they needed to juggle the rest of the 300 damage. Iceman's going to get a spark into another grab at the very least, and forces Grimwood into a corner of their own. And well, this is where Iceman can be just as dangerous, especially with this combination. If Iceman can shock, there's going to be a grab, and these gloves are just missing. Just about. Grimwood having three dances with death there. And this self-destruct from the nade gonna clip Grimwood, but all heavy characters just don't flinch to stuff like that, so powers on through. Chakram does get the stun at the very least. Both with rush available. This will be a KO. And yes, Iceman is gonna take that initial advantage. But again, I had to really fight for it. So many matches in this tournament have been incredibly close. But it's going to be Iceman who starts off with that advantage. Leads Grimwood by 1-0. So where are our two Brits going to take us? That is going to be the question. Sparring Ring and Viadals are not going to be one of those. So we could see Buster again. No, we're going to go to Mausoleum. Mausoleum is the choice of Grimwood. Now, let's see. Will we see another Max Brass from Grim? I would not be surprised at this. And is Iceman going to stick to Min? Yes, both are going to stick. Now, knowing Grimwood, those explosive arms are probably still going to be a very big talking point. And not quite this time round. Gonna drop the Tri-Blast and go for a chiller. Let's see if they can slow down the mobility of this Min. And Iceman, meanwhile, gonna stick with the that Sparky. Gonna bring in the Ice Dragon on this occasion. Charges up the Sparky, but does not get a chance to use it as Grimwood quickly shuts them down. And is gonna keep this aggressive play going. Just every time you think Iceman's got a chance, nope, Grimwood shuts them down immediately. Now this is incredibly big time plays from Grimwood. Being a big, bulky Max Brass who is as aggressive as anything, well, it's not a great combination if you're Iceman, who is already in critical condition, and Grimwood is a punch away from getting a perfect. And there it is! It's the second perfect of the tournament, and it's Grimwood. Grimwood went down to a perfect against Sheddy in the very first match of this tournament. And now they've got their own perfect, and seals up any further comeback from Iceman with another quick rush from the get-go and another punch running Iceman down. Grimwood's not going to try and go for back-to-back perfects. That would be ludicrous. Nope, definitely not going to happen now. Iceman does get a 50 poke. But this is how confident, this is what motivation, this is what Grimwood needed, but is finally going to get caught out by a rush from Iceman. Slowing him down. Nah, not really, not at all. Another big time grab. Iceman, you can see, committing to a double Sparky. And, well, it has been catching Grimwood out, but Grimwood has just, oh my word. Hugs for days. Oh my word. 3 hugs in a row. I hope you like big muscles, cause yeah, you got big muscles. Malieve somewhere is given a standard ovation for this Grimwood. It is what a piece. And this is why I opened up this tournament with, we have 8 of the best players in Europe, because this really is, like, I'm looking at the bracket, so many close matches, just my word. Scrapyard and Temple Grounds have been banned. We're going to DNA Lab. Wow, just ooh. So you probably see what Iceman is probably going to play with here. If they are sticking with that Dragon Arm, no. In fact, it's going to be a whole other switch. So this is really going to be, yeah, a straight up speed versus power situation here. Having said that, this speedy little Ribbon Girl is coming in with a nade of their own. So, hey, you never know. And starts with the hot slap. The hottest of slaps that Slacks would be proud of. Grimwood gonna dance around that tube, realizes he's just a little too big to hide behind that tube, and quickly comes back out. And is not gonna get any closer to Ribbon Goal here. Coming in with that chiller and that roaster for Max Brass, but so far, well, nope, never mind. They finally do get a hit in there. And Iceman with that nade, and like I said, the hottest of slaps. Not gonna poke anything this time round as the our wonderful funky DNA beats begin. And both pretty much at rush at the same time. You just hear that satisfying ding ding. Just always nice when that happens. Max Brass gonna continue hiding behind that tube. Kind of relative same health. Iceman has a slight edge at the moment. And neither of these two really wanted to commit to the aggressive plays. Grimwood thought about it and gets immediately slapped down by Iceman, who's going to come in with a rush of their own. And Grimwood actually got... They both still exchange. They both exchange similar damage with semi-failed rushes. This is a very interesting match here, but Iceman's mobility with Ribbon Goal is certainly playing a huge role in this. Just able to stall out Grimwood for as long as possible. 20 seconds left to go. If Grimwood can just hit punches, that health gap will go down. But Ribbon is getting some well-timed slaps in, and is just playing out the timer this way. Iceman has such a big health lead, there's no way Grimwood is coming back into it now. 3 seconds to go. Grimwood knows that's the case. Here's the KO, and Iceman will take the initiative. Iceman needs 1 more point, and they are in the top 3. Iceman going to commit to the nade and the slaps. Grimwood thinking about going for a change. It's gotta go for, gonna go big or go home. Oh, what's happened here? Oh, Brass is stationary. Brass committed to double roasters, but has not moved. Is this Max Brass waving the right flag? Surely not. Ooh. What's happening here? Looks like we got a little bit of a standoff here. I think there may have been a slight issue. And Grimwood may have picked the wrong arms, which is not great. These things do happen. I mean, this is very much right in the thick of things here, so I'm not entirely sure what is happening here, but it looks like there's been an issue, so it looks like we are gonna have a little bit of a reset. Might be a connection issue by the sounds of it. Oh. And Grimwood is just gonna... Grimwood is now just completely boxing up Iceman. This perfect will not count. The grab doesn't even... Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's the connections. And yeah, this is going to be reset by the sounds of it. So the score will remain the same. But they are restarting their connection. So we are going to have a little bit of a breather here. It's a good time for me to get a drink. I think I absolutely need it. I've got a brand new beaker to drink out of. It's so much bigger than what I normally drink out of. And I thought for the stuff like casting, especially for stuff like casting, you need a lot of... you need to stay hydrated as it is. Obviously, I'd be telling you all to do the same. Please take this opportunity to get some drinks, get some snacks. Always much appreciated. But yeah, I'm almost out of this beaker as well. I've still got a good chunk of it to go, but I've got to get through Underground Final and the Grand Finals yet. So, all to play for. Does give us an opportunity to have a little look-see at the chat and also at the current prize pot, which I do believe, as it stands, is at $220. And a lot of people have been chipping in, so it's always great to see that. It is the top 3 who get to split the winnings. For those of you who do not know, the percentages are: third place gets 10% of the overall total, second place gets 30%, and first place gets 60%. So, like I said, we have a prize pool, and it's there for a reason. And I think the cutoff point hasn't hit yet. So if you do still want to contribute to that, you are more than happy to do so. Just type in exclamation prize pool in the chat and you'll be able to see it and then contribute by clicking the contribute button. Did I miss game 3? Game 3 is being reset. There is a connection issue, I do believe, so they are just restarting. So it will restart with Iceman in the lead by a point to 0 in that match anyway. So we're just waiting for that. We can have a quick shout out to those in chat. I saw a lot of emotes being spammed at some very key plays, especially especially Yam's little comeback as well. So it's looking great, isn't it? So yeah, just a nice little shout out to everyone who have been missing in the chat. We've got Defer in there as well. Defer, Dog Easel, Grimwood obviously has been playing and throwing in some words at the same time. Soper is still in there, which is nice to see. So is Maliv, which is always nice. Alamento in there, spamming those wonderful little champs. Mongoose came in as well. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Obviously Benson, Yoshi. It's good to see everyone just having a good little chit chat. Niles is in here as well. Nice to see you. Spike here as well. There's so many people from the community coming in. I love seeing this. I love seeing that. So hopefully you've all been enjoying yourselves. Pineapple Freak, hello to you as well. Yep. And yeah, those pesky technical issues, they are quite annoying sometimes. Yeah. I don't know what the current state of play is for ARMS tournaments in general at the moment. I know the Scrapstar series has been having some downtime. I mean, they've still been running some experimental stuff both for EU and NA over the past couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to commentate on some of those, so I do apologise. Hopefully, I can get that up. I can start it up again soon. I know Maliv could do with all the help that is possible. But obviously, especially with the PR, I assume the PR stuff will continue. I have no idea. I mean, I hope it does. I mean, this very much is proving, without a shadow of a doubt, that, you know, our scene is still going. It's still going pretty strong. People are coming in with the hype and sharing the stuff around. So, for as long as this community keeps going, we'll keep doing stuff like this. Well, that I'd assume. Looks like we're going to reset match 3 completely. So Iceman won't be leading 1-0 in that third match. We are going to straight up reset it. Now it does mean that both will be coming in with the same arms, with the same characters. Unfortunately, because they came into the lobby at different times this time round, the overlays are different. So I want to see if I can just quickly switch this around. And there we go, all fixed. So, match is going to resume from where it was. Grimwood committing to the Roaster and the Chiller. No, double Chiller. Yeah, double Chiller. Meanwhile, Iceman is going to go for a slap and a nade. Going to come in with what they started with initially. As the timer ticks away. Past the 65-second mark, and already arm weak on the left-hand side for Grimwood. That familiar double ting to signify that both fighters have their rush available. Some are doing a better job at being able to call out the slaps this time round. And brave long-range grab from Grimwood, calculated and perfect there. Iceman had committed to a punch just a little too early, and the curve meant that the grab had no trouble resisting it. Both pretty much blocking their respective rushes. Iceman had an arm down, but thanks to that tube, Iceman could not get the punish in. No slaps close enough, I'm afraid, on this occasion. And another big time grab from Grimwood. These grabs are absolutely ridiculous today. 20 seconds to go. A successful ping on the Chiller. And Grimwood has a very nice health lead here. 10 seconds to go. And Iceman is in all sorts of trouble. The Chiller gets another poke just for icing on the cake, really. Iceman will charge up the shield. Iceman says, look, stop blocking. I'm gonna grab you now, okay? I know I've lost, but please get out in that corner and sit down. Grimwood gonna start with double Chiller. Iceman is unfortunately gonna hop straight into 270 damage. And Grimwood is not backing down here at all. Iceman is in a lot of trouble. Bounces over and comes in with a grab. Grimwood could not get a punish off, unfortunately. That's what happens when you commit to straight up gloves. You need a little bit of an extra curve to maybe stop that, but so far it doesn't matter. The nades and the blasts are just self-destructing in Iceman's face. Iceman is in all sorts of trouble here. Just about evaded the grab. That would probably have been a KO. And, well, pretty much anything here will be a KO. Rush will come out. It connects. Grimwood wins 2-0. And Grimwood... Wow. It took a reset third point to do it. But Grimwood is in the top 3, 2 points to 1. Wow. And with that, we know where we're going. We know exactly where we're going. Best of 5s from here on out. Grimwood has made it to top 3. I hope you're sitting comfortably, everyone. This is gonna be fun. So the bracket as it stands looks like this. Obviously we're going to fill in the fact that losers round 3, which is the underground semi-final, finished 2-1 to Grimwood there. So it'll be Grimwood to take on Yam. So, this is where we're at. The underground final. Best of 5s from here on out. The winner of this will go on to take on, well, who else but Riffer? Thus the beach is going to be where we are starting off. Let me know in chat. Who are you rooting for? As we get ourselves ready to go. Grimwood on the left representing the United Kingdom. Yam on the right representing Ireland. It's Max Brass versus Min Min on Bust the Beach, and you probably know what Grimwood is gonna try and rock out with. Oh no, not gonna commit to the nade just yet though. Goes for double roaster. Yam gonna go for that Phoenix and that Brella. Grimwood already going for double unguided goodness. I mean, even if they bring in the nade, it's still double unguided goodness. But for the time being, just some hot gloves. No explosions needed for now. And already getting some big time grabs, and obviously Brass just hits so much harder as it is, and already forcing Min Min into that corner, which is just not where you want to be. Rush is going to come out, put as much pressure on Yam as possible. Gonna pause for a moment just to make sure that Yam doesn't get any free charge off of blocking that rush, but immediately shuts Yam down with another charged up roaster, not allowing Yam to get into this match. Phoenix does get a poke, but it's not going to bother Max Brass too much. Max Brass has taken much harder things than a silly little uncharged bird. Yam already a punch away, and Grimwood is just flinging out punch after punch to try and break Yam down here. It's all they're looking for. And again, another little poke from the Brella, but you see, just Grimwood just flicks it off and didn't really need the rush, but goes for the rush anyway. Both will start without it. And crucially for Grimwood, they start with the advantage, and now they get the side of the field that they probably want to. Yam immediately doubles back, perma charges up their own roaster. We've got 3 roasters and a Brella in this fight. Yam going to slowly get away from that hot pocket and comes back onto the level field. Grimwood have to be a little bit more careful here. Yam realizing exactly what Grimwood wants to do with this Brass, and quickly pegs them straight back down. Just to show how much things can change the second you equip an arm that you're being peppered with at them as it is. And another hit. That one was from the Brella, sending Grimwood straight back. Arm weak on the left hand side, and Yam is really making sure that this time it's Grimwood who has no say in this whatsoever. Both with rush available, but well, for Yam, again, you feel like you could probably hold on to it if you really want to. 20 seconds to go. All Grimwood is hitting is shield and nothing else. Grab is punched through via the roaster and the Brella, and a jump from Brass is not going to get the play they want. Poked straight back down, and 1 apiece. Then we're going to bring in a chiller. Probably a good call, to be fair. We'll try and slow down the mobility that Min Min has here. Obviously, Min Min can also kick a glove. And why sometimes you'll just see that little dash. Just go a little fuck. Not going to happen on this exchange though. 345 against Brass. Big time rush from Yam. And another big perma block with that roaster. Another one as well. Grimwood is not being able to get into this match at all now. They had such a good first point, but Yam already has their number. Easily avoids the rush and gets a little bit of a punish of their own. Sends Grimwood straight into the corner. And, well, Grimwood is about a punch away. And there it is. And Yam turned that around nicely in the end. And it's Ireland who's going to take the initiative. Yam leads 1-0. As both of our fighters back up to reassess where this goes from here. It's gonna be Via Dulce. Gee, I wonder why Grimwood picked Via. I wonder what Grimwood has in mind for this stage with Max Brass. If he can get... But having said that, this is Yam we're talking about. Yam, who literally went, oh, I'm stuck in this corner. I'm still gonna point out of this. So, Grimwood will probably have seen how that match played out and will have their own plan in mind. But obviously, that was against an Ninjara for Yam. This time it's against the real deal. This is against a heavyweight character who are very notorious for just trapping people in a corner on Via Dulce. And you can see Nade and Chakra. I'm going to try and fully stun Yam, and that's the setup that they're looking for. If they can force Yam to just be stuck here, and this is exactly what they want. Just sheer punishment and nothing more. Yam gets caught in the explosion of the nade. Lockjaw isn't quite doing as much as they'd like to at the moment. Commits to the rush, but so does Yam, and Yam got the better release out of it. 425 puts them straight back into position, but now they've got to go up against a perma buff Grimwood, who is just looking for a couple punches, and these punches are going to hurt every single one that connects. They'll have to be careful. All they're looking for is one more poke themselves. Lockjaw is going to miss with the projectile. Roaster hits, but because it wasn't charged, I don't think it wasn't charged, he doesn't get the KO. With 25 seconds to go. What? Did the nade explode? The nade exploded, I think. Yes, it did. And the Lockjaw must have just tagged it, and the nade explodes on Grimwood's face. Gotta love but self-destruct. That's why I never teach that move to any of my Pokemon. Grimwood is going to come straight back in and try to force the initiative with not one, but two nades. But so far, Yam's having none of it. Finally, it's starting to get pegged back down, and Yam, this is not where you want to be, my friend. Both do have rush available. Lockjaw does come back around, but again, Grimwood just flinches through it because, you know, he's brass. Another big explosion. Yam is, yeah, this is a wall, Yam. This is what walls look like, and that is gonna hurt. That could be no, it's not a KO. It's 310 damage. Yam is, well, a punch away. Like an explosion. There it is. It's like, oh, I can easily take people on Via Dulce. Max Brass, perma buffed, stands in the corner. No, you're not getting out of that anytime soon. And Yam is going to get peppered by another explosion and a grab to boot. Grimwood is going to switch out one of those nades for a roaster, feeling comfortable that they only need the one nade now. And oh, this is not good. This is not good for Yam. Another go. Oh, no, it's hugs for days. It's hugs for days. It's Grimwood. Grimwood trying to commit to a grab spam tactic, and well, it's pretty much working. Hugs for days, my friends. And Yam is having none of it anymore. Yam still doesn't actually have rush available, so Grimwood's like, yeah, we're just going to go for more hugs, and okay, now I'll just rush you. There you go. That is just, it's a scary thing to go up against. Brass will equalize the set. Yes, you are. You are the muscle man. Jeez. And this is why you banned Via Dulce. Oh dear me. Yeah, this is why you ban Via Dulce if you're going up against someone who mains heavy characters. You just don't want to get caught in there. Well, that's how it plays out, and Grimwood is going to take that point. Where are we going next? We are going to DNA Labs. DNA Labs? Plural. It's a lab. Pretty sure Coil doesn't have more than one lab. Unless. Grimwood obviously committing to Brass. Yam obviously committing to Min. We're going to see a Brawler on that loadout. And Grimwood, you're not going to use a Scully, surely not. Oh no, don't do it. Don't do it, Grim. Oh my god, don't do it. Double Scully from Grimwood. What is this strategy? Well, going to go for double poison and very, very quick arms, but it's going to get boxed down by everything that Yam has here. So, Yam perma charges up the roaster. and scores with it. You just see Grimwood just trying to go for that little bit of a pressure play. But hey, gonna score a grab. Sends Yam down, and so far Yam is able to read these scullies quite nicely. Like I said, literally both of the arms that Yam has will box through the scully with ease. It'll just pass it down and go like, no, 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 you are the lightest arm in the game. We got this. Grimwood is going to enter perma buff stage, and Yam is going to get a rush to KO. Nice try, Grimwood, but I don't see that working. Yeah, Grimwood's going to go back to another double strategy. This time it's going to be double nade, and you just saw the Phoenix of Yam just bounce off the tube. It's like you were already behind it. Well, wait, is Yam doing double Phoenix? Yam's doing double Phoenix. What is happening in this set? Double Phoenix? Double nade versus double Phoenix. So Yam is going to hope that their Phoenixes hit first before the nades do. Because, well, so far it's working out that way, but, well, double nade rush means it's 320 and a big boom to finish. And if Grimwood can keep this gap close, then they can force the initiative and just rain explosions for days onto Yam. Yam is wants to play a distance game. Grimwood is ideally wants to play this a bit more aggressively. But so far it's Grimwood into critical again. Yam with rush available. They're just looking for an opportunity to go for this, or maybe just keep flying in with the Phoenix, because they've done so much of the work already. They're just shielding up, trying to maybe bait out a move from Grimwood. Commits to the rush, and unfortunately Grimwood had more than enough time to go for a counter of their own, and a big time hug as well. Sends Yam through the tubes, and Grimwood now has lead, and you don't want to be in this position against a critically buffed Grimwood who is raining explosion after explosion on you. The Phoenix gets a self-destruct, but not as much damage as I like. Look at what that did to the rush. Grimwood is going to go in for a KO and gets it. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, if you shield all of that, Grimwood is just going to charge rush for every punch he throws. It's not a good idea. And Yam is going to go back to Roaster and the Brawler. Grimwood is going to go from one double strat to another double strat to another double strat. This time it's double Roaster. Grimwood having the time of their life in this tournament, let alone the Underground Final as a whole. And Yam is looking to try and get pegged their way back and take the lead with this. Does have rush available this time around, but you see how quickly Grimwood is charging back up. They've got the confidence to just go for every punch, but finally it's going to catch up to them. 380 from that rush sends Grimwood past the halfway mark. They do buff up, but like I said, Yam now does have that rush to perma charge and is dealing some big time damage. It's going to finally go away. 310 this time from Grimwood. But they've still got a ways to go. Grimwood almost into critical themselves, but as we've seen already so far, Brass is at their scariest when they're in that critical state. Because those punches will be just that little bit more powerful and does connect onto Yam. Yam still got a good health lead here at that 50% mark. And Grimwood doesn't quite have the rush available yet, does block through both of those, gets another hit. Actually, this is swinging into a very another close and nervy finish for both of them here. 15 seconds to go. Yam commits to the rush. Oh, so did Grimwood. I thought Grimwood might have punched through, but not going to happen. In the end, it is going to go Yam's way. After a very chaotic third match, it's going to be Yam who takes the initiative and leads by 2 points to 1. Oh, what are you all doing to me, people? And Yam wisely bans fire this time. But we're going to go to Bust the Beach now. I like the fact that out of all of the starter stages, we have not seen Spar in a ring once. It's fair. Actually, just make sure I got Bust the Beach picked. Yes, I do. We are good to go. Yam finally getting through that, and Grimwood, what? Alright, I feel like Grimwood is now just watching the stream and just seeing how far they can go. Grimwood is coming in with an Ninjara, with a clapback and a popper. Clapbacks are quite the notorious arms for those of you who haven't seen them before. Well, it does exactly what it says on the tin. If it hits, it's back in your face. And Yam will have to perform some last second dodging. And obviously the popper, very light, quick arm, so Ninjara does have a little bit less, not Ninjara, Kid Cobra, sorry, Kid Cobra. What am I doing? So yeah, Kid Cobra is coming in. And already getting some decent pokes onto Yam, but Yam, like I said, with that Brella and the Phoenix, is able to still get around that. The Phoenix is very handy against a weapon like the clapback, because the clapback is a very stationary, very slow moving target. The Phoenix can get around that so easily if they've got the time to do it. But like I said, the popper is quick, and that is what Grimwood is trying to go for with this setup. Both with Rush available, it's Yam who's taking the most damage here, but a Phoenix will quickly shut Grimwood down. They come in with this Cobra. And there it is, there's a good example of it. The Brella hits the clapback straight back into Yam's face, and that was charged. So it sends them back into that corner. Their own ability used against them. 20 seconds left on the clock, and Grimwood is just playing a very, very annoying game if you're Yam. Just using their arms against you and just being a wall. Like, if you thought Max Bass was a wall on Via Dolls, Kid Cobra with a clapback is just being as equal a wall as anything. 2 seconds to go. Grimwood will take that point. Actually gets a little bit of a peck right at the last second. And Grimwood is looking to tie the underground final up. Which would be ludicrous if that is the case. Both with Rush available. Grimwood sticking with the clapback and that popper. Yam sticking with the roaster and the Phoenix. Knows that the Phoenix can work. Actually, so sorry, they swapped the Brella out for the roaster. My bad. And Yam needs to be careful. Do not want to get caught in that corner, especially against Kid Cobra. That's just not a good idea. Rush is going to come out from both. And to be fair, it was not a good idea for Grimwood to try and go for a counter rush there. Yes, they were so high up, but Yam was always going to likely get the initiative from that rush. Good grab though from Grimwood to follow up with. Keeps this very much in the game, and Kid Cobra, much like with Max Brass, does a lot of damage for their grabs. So just a little bit extra fear for Yam. Gets caught out with another windy effect. This time it was from the popper, not from their own arm, since they switched it out. But Yam again already into critical condition, and Grimwood has this charge up, and that's going to be a KO. My friends, my friends, we're going to match 5. Riffa awaits the winner of these two. And these two just can't seem to take the final point, it seems. So, it is 2-2 in the underground final. We're rapidly approaching that endgame territory, aren't we? Scrapyard and DNA has been banned. Yam is not going to pick Sparring Ring. Yam is going to pick Temple Grounds, so that is where we're going to end our underground final. We will have a winner. We will have somebody fight Riffa in the grand final of the European ARMS Invitational. But will it be Grimwood, who has been using Max Brass for so long and decides to switch to Kid Cobra right at the very end? Or will it go to Yam, who is very much not going to play that game and will be sticking with Min Min for the entire duration? I see a whammer in there, and I feel like Grimwood will probably not bring that out at any point during this. But our final match of the underground final is underway. Yam going to come in with a dragon and a phoenix. It's the ice dragon, to be specific. And Grimwood going to stick with that popper and that clapback. It's a very different match this time round, very different setting. Now obviously those pillars are going to be a little bit of an annoyance, but will slowly start to go down. Yam having nowhere to really hide into cover now and snitch straight back from that popper into the corner. Yam figuring out which way to go, commits to the dash and gets a nice kick in as well. Grimwood does not get anything for that rush. And Yam keeps that initiative at hand. Armweek on that left, no, on the right, but it has gone away anyway. And it's back again almost as quickly as it came. And that is going to be a lot of damage. 360 from Yam. Juggling Cobra in the air. And nothing else from that. Armweek again on that right hand side for Grimwood, who finds himself in critical condition with just over 30 seconds to go. Got quite the mountain to climb here if they want to get anything out of this point. And caught by the Phoenix as well. Yam has got this under control. Clapback gets a little bit of damage, but with 20 seconds to go, all Yam was looking for was a little Liquor Dragon, and that's what they got. And Grimwood is going to bring out the Whammer. Whammer and Popper, no clapback. Couldn't get the juggle off the hammer that time around, but gets the grab anyway. Knew exactly which direction Yam was going to go in, and came straight up into a grab. Yam is going to get the permacharge up on the Phoenix on that left-hand side. Let's see if they can commit with another little roaster poke, but it's hit again by the popper, this time with the wind added on. And another well-executed grab from Grimwood, who is turning this around beautifully. Both with rush available. Again, Phoenix charged up, but so far Yam has not been able to poke with it yet. Whammer is blocked at the very least. And now Yam finally starts to get a little bit of momentum on their side, but finds themselves in critical condition, cannot afford to take any more of those to the face. Both with rush available. That was a hammer shot. One more poke from Grimwood is all they need, and it's the popper that takes it. Last point. Winner takes all from here on out. Ice Dragon Roaster for Yam. Grimwood going to stick with that rammer and the popper. And it's Yam who's going to blink first. I thought Grimwood got the shield up. Thought they had enough time to do so, but no, not to be. And Yam gets a 300 plus damage hit. And juggle time, ahoy. That's not good for Yam. 325 for Grimwood on that occasion. And another 1-2 little juggle from Grim again. Keeping Yam in that corner, and this is not where Yam wants to be. Grimwood has the momentum. One more hit. No, the hammer doesn't quite connect. The roaster keeps Min in this, but they sidestep into the pop. And Grimwood, well, all they had to do was swap out from Max Brass. Grimwood takes it. Grimwood beats Yam by 3 points to 2. Our finals are set. Yam will finish in 3rd place and will take 10% of the prize pool, which currently stands at $220. So now we go. Now we go into the grand final. Switch back to this, and we're gonna update this bracket because this bracket now looks that little bit different. That bracket now looks like this. It has been a long tournament. It's been quite an amazing tournament so far. Oh. Looks like they're having a little bit of a breather. That's absolutely fine. Gives us a chance to hype this up, doesn't it? I mean, come on. to use one of those wonderful quotes that go around often. Are you not entertained? Look at this tournament. It's been an amazing tournament, of that there is no doubt. We've had some surprises, we've had some amazing comebacks, some standout one-sided moments, and some I will not go quietly into the night moments. We've had them all. But this is where we go now. And obviously, just because this is the grand final, doesn't necessarily mean that this will be the end of it, because like I said, this is a double elimination tournament. Should Grimwood beat Riffer, or we're gonna do this again in a reset. And honestly, you just don't know at this point. You just don't know which way it can go. But here we are. Now, as a reminder, and I should probably just like fling this in there as a reminder, Grimwood went into underground bracket from the get-go. Like, they lost to Sheddy 2-1. And since then, they have fought all the way through to make it this far. Beaten Replicant 2-0, beaten Aloria 2-0, beaten Iceman 2-1, and then besting Yam in an amazing confrontation, going 3-2 in that. Riffer, meanwhile, I say had a straightforward affair. Not quite as straightforward as they'd have probably liked to do. Yes, they won 2-0 against Replicant, and yes, they won 2-0 against Sheddy, but that first match against Sheddy was still very, very close. And obviously the match against Rep was also close. Like, very close matches, even though they were 2-0. And then with Yam, as we saw, Riffer going 2-0 up, and then Yam just going, no you don't. Not that easily. And Yam giving us some wonderful shenanigans in that set. Just playing for everything they had. And yes, Riffer may have took it 3-1, but it's still been amazing to see all of that unfold. So Riffer hasn't fought Grimwood in this tournament bracket. And Grimwood most definitely has had to play more matches, of that there is no doubt. So we're going to see. We are going to see how this plays out. Grimwood is back by the sounds of things. So if you haven't got people... If you haven't got everybody in the community in here yet, now would be a good time to do so, because this is the grand final of the European ARMS PR Invitational. We've narrowed it down to one of the best players from Germany taking on one of the best players from the United Kingdom. Our stage ban is coming up in just a moment. We've got Sparring Ring, naturally, banned, and Temple Grounds and DNA banned. So we are going to start the grand final at the spookiest of places. It's Mausoleum. And I think we're ready to go. We are ready. Riffer on the right hand side of the screen coming in with Ninjara. Grimwood on the left hand side of the screen coming in at Max Brass. This is round one of the grand final. Riffer needs to win it to win the title. And Riffer needs to win twice. This ought to be fun then, shouldn't it? And away we go. Grimwood coming out with the Roaster and the Chiller. Meanwhile, Riffer going to come in with the Tri-Blast and the Ice Dragon. Quickly clipping onto Brass and getting that arm down on the right hand side. Keeping the pressure in, and finally does break it, but in exchange for doing so gets floored themselves by Grimwood. So far, that Dragon and Blast combination working beautifully for Riffa. That big hitbox that Max Brass presents. But having said that, the exchange of power is very much noticeable because even though Riffa is getting a good number of hits in, all Grimwood needs to do is just hit some big time charged punches and it quickly turns back around. Like, it evens out pretty rapidly. It's the Ganondorf effect from Smash Bros, if you will. Grimwood now finds themselves in critical condition, perma buffs up, may present themselves with a bigger target, certainly not going to let them phase them in the slightest, still trying to play as aggressive as possible against Ninjara, who is trying to land in a killing blow, doesn't quite get it with the Tri-Blast and the explosion. Ice Dragon is going to be a little too far away, Roaster gets a little charge hit, but it's going to be the bolts that finally knock Brass down, and Riffa is going to take the initiative in this point. And Grimwood is going to come in with a Roaster and a Toaster. Interesting to see the red glove coming out instead of the Roaster or the Nade for that matter. Grimwood waited for Riffa and actually did get a poke, gets 2 pokes actually. That's 145 in the end. I honestly thought they'd missed it completely, but they just managed to pip Riffa there. Riffa did have enough time to try and get away, so minimized as much damage as possible. And the Ice Dragon is just consistently freezing Grimwood, not giving them a chance to get out. And this rush should KO. It does not KO. Grimwood just about survives on, well, pretty much a poke away now from going down. Once again, Riffa just looking for a blast to connect. And has a big health lead, but obviously the big red scary Max Brass is, well, scary. And that's a big time hug as well, that you just never want to go down to. 40 seconds to go. We've seen Grimwood do some nutty things in the past. Trying to do it again, but Ninjara is going to jump away from that grab in the nick of time and come in with one final blast poke and is going to take the lead in the grand final. 1 point to 0. So Riffa takes the initiative and we are going to switch into Buster Beach. They're very quick with their stage selections of that. There is no doubt they know what they want to do. They know how they want to play this. And it's going to be Brass versus Ninjara again as we go to Buster. Riffa has that initiative. Does have that little windy slap in the back pocket if they choose to use it. And they are going to bring it out this time around with the Tri-Blast. Grimwood going to stick with that. Going to go back to that Chiller. The Toaster, sorry, was not doing them any favors, and have that Roaster still on the field. That Toaster does give that little bit of damage because of the fire effect, but at the same time, a lot of people try to use the Chiller just to try and slow down mobile characters, especially like Ninjara. Brass going to be in a little bit of a bother here. And wow, straight away, Brass tried to go for the rush, but unfortunately shut down by Riffa almost immediately. That's how effective Ninjara can be, but it's going to get caught by another grab from Brass. Yes, Grimwood is in KO range, but just like that, an explosion like that sends Riffa into critical, but all Riffa needed was that rush. And there you go. These matches are going as quick as anything here. Just absolute playing out of their mind here. And Riffa is going to come straight back in with those slaps. Grimwood going for double chillers now, trying to slow down this Ninjara in any way possible. Arm weak on the left hand side for Riffa, but look at the damage that Riffa is outputting here. Rush from Grimwood is going to get denied, and another slap from Grimwood. Just doesn't seem to have an answer, but finally does hug this ninja and send them into the pocket area. But Riffa very quick to get out of there. They know exactly what they're doing. They know what they're up against. All of these evasions from Riffa are just on point, and this is going to be a KO as well. Well, my word. And Riffa, just like that, is 2-0 up. And we don't even get a chance to breathe, my friends, because they both want the same stage. So, same bands, same map. It's 2-0 to Riffa. It's almost like they rehearsed the stage picks. Like, they knew what they wanted to go into, whatever happened. So, Riffa is one match away from claiming this title. He's finally going to get pegged down by a double roaster combination, this time from Max Brass. And gets, again, caught out by the Ice Dragon. Make that 2. And Grimwood says, no ice chain in me. Don't you do that. And he's going to send another roaster straight into Riffa. That had a little extra self-destruct effect, since Riffa does have the Tri-Blast. Grimwood going to try and buff up just a little bit. And the Ice Dragon again just pegs Brass straight back down. Both with Rush available. Grimwood is just trying to look for any and all damage they can muster. They've managed to somewhat keep a relatively same health bar, but all of these pokes from the Bolt and the Ice Dragons, even if they're not charged, are just snipping away at that health bar. Rush is going to come through and actually does connect this time. 280, it does send Riffa into critical. For Grimwood, especially for Max Brass, they're just looking for one more punch to potentially seal it. But at the same time, if they get caught in this rush, they're being KO'd again. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And Riffa is on championship point. Grimwood is going to bring a chiller into this fight. Riffa going to have those windy slaps and that Tri-Blast. They're going to switch out the dragon this time around. And immediately runs straight through Max Brass, pops the arm off, and already down past 75% and rapidly approaching 50. Riffa is not giving Grimwood a moment. Grimwood just asks for a little bit of breathing space and now starts to wail in on these big punches. And a grab to boot. That quickly slices down the health deficit, but Ninjara can do that too. Zaps in with a teleport and gets the big time grab. Sends Grimwood into critical. Riffa just needs to land a rush, if anything, to take this championship home. But now they're being run through here by Grimwood, who is starting to grow into a little bit of confidence here. They are determined to make sure that Riffa fights for this with everything they've got. Arm weak on the left-hand side. Both, like I said, with Rush available at a chill. Grimwood gonna approach. Rush is gonna force Grimwood all the way back. Now can't take a point of damage and does so! Riffa forced them all the way back, broke the arm on the left, and was already in with the Bolt. Ninja wins that. 3 points to 0. Well, there was no playing around in the grand final in the slightest. Riffa wins the European ARMS Invitational with a clean 3-0. And Grimwood will finish in the runner-up position. Like I said, the top 3 get their own respective cuts of the prize pool. That prize pool, the last time I checked, was sitting on $220. So 10% of that will go to 3rd place, which naturally was... Sorry. I'm getting a little too excited. That was my bad. So yeah, that does indeed, like I said, go to Yam. They get 10% of the cut. Getting the next part of that cut, the 30%, that goes to 2nd place, which goes to Grimwood, and the biggest payout. The 60% of that pool goes to Riffa for winning this competition. But shoutouts to everyone who took part. Everyone who took part in this competition needs and deserves their shoutouts, because they have fought valiantly over these past few months, trading wins, trading top 3 finishes, some getting there only a couple times, some getting there very consistently. But at the end of the day, no matter where you finish, you make your own kind of memories, you have your own kind of fun. And I hope everybody has enjoyed themselves, whether they've been a player or a spectator or running stuff behind the scenes, because you know, you people, you wonderful tournament organizers, you deserve your own shout outs as well. So thank you all so much for tuning in, thank you for playing, and thank you, just just thank you all. It's been a lot of fun. I'm not entirely sure if there were any further announcements. I don't think there are any more announcements, so it looks like we are going to start wrapping things up unless I get a buzz from someone to not do so. But that was amazing. There were so many hype moments in this tournament. And naturally, and I'm just going to say once again, thank you to EU ARMS, thank you to those behind the scenes, and thank you for allowing me to not just host the past few months worth of the Challenge Cups, but to also be allowed to run the European Invitational tonight itself. It has been a lot of fun. I do apologise if the I thought the bracket worked fine, but unfortunately the bracket thing didn't work properly. I don't know why it didn't, so thank you very much for helping me with that midway through. And I hope I can continue doing this in the future. It's been a lot of fun. And you are all great. Like, seriously, everybody in this community is amazing and deserves all the praise. So yeah. With that, we're done here tonight. Thank you very much. If you want to find out any more information, check out the Twitter and the European ARMS, with that underscore between the European and the ARMS part. We've got the YouTube, EU ARMS Competitive. Obviously we're here on Twitch, EU_ARMS. And we have the Discord if you view the description down below. So thank you again. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you again soon. Maybe. Keep an eye on that social media. And stay fresh!